Alright, this is a 4-cone stringing test. And as you can see, the first layer is always important, is the base. And you can see here the skirt. You can see the skirt all the way around. You can see there's no brim, no raft, no messy purple glue stick. You know, it's just not needed in this case. You can see that the first layer is going down really smooth, and sometimes you see a graphic of good, better, best, or whatever, and it still looks like the best is lumpy, or it has lines in it. You can see here for yourself that the first layer can indeed go down smooth. I don't know if you can tell here, it's smooth. So let's move over here. It's actually smooth. There's no gaps, no ridges. And you can see also, because of the tape, you can see the contrast in color shows that it's almost translucent, the first layer. Right there. And that's what's, for me, is very useful. And now we're going the second layer. And of course the first layer, if it goes down well, it's best for the print. It's probably most likely going to stick the entire time, and that's what is required. And again, there's no brim holding it down, no purple glue stick. Again, I've never needed to use it. I know that in some cases some users tend to use the glue stick, but in this case I don't want to have to, you know, apply it and clean it off every time I run a print. I mean, I do, you know, several prints a day, and I don't want to deal with the time wasted in the cleaning of the messy glue stick. So there you go. There's my printer. You can see here it's got the Bowden tube. That's standard. No metal extruder, just not needed. No direct drive, just not needed. And this is going to print 4 cones. And it's also meant to check for stringing. The one issue you need, or several issues you need to consider, is if lowering the temperature reduces stringing, that also can decrease fusion. It's not so much the stringing, but is the print going to fuse well to the layer below? If the temperature is low enough or too low, it's not going to fuse well, and that's the whole nature. That's the whole thing about FDM printing, is fusible deposition depositing, fusible deposition modeling. If you lower the temperature to stop stringing, you may increase the problems in the print itself. So be aware of that. If you get done figuring out that the temperature to reduce stringing, and you run, say, a articulated lizard or something to be sure there's no stringing, but are you also reducing fusion? So just wanted to, again, when you print and you've done a tower or some kind of cones or posts or whatever, you may also be adding to the problem, because stringing can be caused by many things, not just temperature. Alright, so be aware that if you keep your temperature where it should be for good fusion, then find out why else it's stringing. Not because of temperature, because there could be other things involved. So there you go. Also, I wanted to show here real quick. I'm going to go back to my home page here, my main page. I'm running this at 205 on the nozzle. This is PLA. I'm running this at, well, you can't really see it, 205 on the nozzle, but be aware I'm not heating the bed. I've never needed to heat the bed while printing in this fashion. This is how I print. So no words needed. You can see it for yourself. This is how it's printing. No electronic gizmo. It's not needed because I'm printing on a flat surface here. So since it's flat, then there's nothing to compensate for by here. When I level or tram the bed, I use the human touch, not the CR or BL touch or whatever. I'm using the human touch right here, paper feeler gauge. It's just not needed, this little gizmo here on the side, because all the issues that creates, because it is a mechanical device, that could cause problems. And I've read many times it does. To solve the problem of leveling, master this. Get a flat surface all the way around that's known to be flat. I do print on tape for many other reasons than adhesion, because again, the tape itself gives me, as a user, more options. Okay, when I tram the bed, I don't do it out here. I do it right there, because it only prints right there. I'm not concerned about what's out here, because I know this mirror is flat from the factory. So when I tram, I have to take into account the thickness of the tape. Once that's done, it's done. I can print. I don't need to do a test. I don't need to do little squares or circles or lines or whatever. I just start printing. And this is the result, as you see now. Alright. Again, no words need to be said by how my printer's set up or what's not being used. I'm not using a direct drive. It's not required. You can see right here. I don't need a direct to be doing what it's doing now. I don't need a metal extruder. All the hassles that creates. Okay. I mean, if there's even one issue with that plastic one, it's replace the lever. You're done. No recalibration, no E-step changes, nothing. Just leave the printer alone. Just change the arm. It's like $3, 5 minutes, back to printing for years. Because the new arm would have never been installed, never been under stress. It's brand new. Alright. Keep the body, change the arm. White Bowden tube, not the blue one. Okay, oh, check this out, springs. Check that out. They're standard. They came with the printer. No need to go yellow or chunks of rubber or bolts or screws or nuts. These springs allow for a little bit of give for safety matters, for safety reasons. Because if you get your finger, get your hand, get anything underneath this nozzle, because you're picking out a piece of filament, you could crush your finger. And I think Creality wanted to avoid that. So they gave you a little bit of leeway here by having springs that are sufficient for leveling, that also give a little in case something happens, you get your hand under there. They don't want to be sued. Alright, so there you go. Let's see if we can see what the bed temperature is. 0. You can see the set point is 0. It's hard to see it there. Alright, happy printing. That's all I say. Print how it works. Print how you like it. This is how I like it. This is what works for me.